actually stepping in. The angel's just behind her, okay? And as she starts to step in, she's walking up to the angel. They're asking if she's ready to cross and have peace and get the forgiveness. She's saying she's ready because you're shaking her head. Our crazy hair. It's so funny. I'm saying, like, her hair is crazy, Robin. Crazy. Okay. All right, they're taking her. She's thanking me. She's saying to me that she's been trying to get my attention all day and that she had to come to me because she couldn't find her way and that she needed my help so I could help her cross over. Okay. She just walked in. She just made her first step into the white light. Her mom actually just stepped forward and I can see the release of tears, and her mom just started to hug her. They're all celebrating. My whole team is celebrating, so I can hear all the Native American drums. And her mom just stepped forward and she said, "Thank you for helping my daughter." Right? They're starting to take her. Usually I get so much more emotion with that. I've gotten better with it. I've crossed like over 500 people so far. And usually like I'm breaking down bawling when I can feel the release of the sadness and then crossing into the white light. So that's the first time I've actually haven't broken down with my emotions. I'm actually really surprised I didn't go into bawling through all of that. All right, there she goes. I can see her run up the steps. Nothing but white light, and I see them actually walking up steps together. Good. Perfect, good. She's good. I'm gonna get any words that I can from my guides, and then I'll come back to him. But all my guides keep saying to me are, she needed help. She hasn't been gone for very long. She didn't see the white light to cross over. She came to you because she needed the help. She finally gave in to the acceptance. She's going to have peace for her soul now. She's crossing over to the other side to get forgiveness for her sins now. And her mom's very happy to be reunited. Perfect. Okay. Sorry, that kind of took me off guard a little. That kind of surprised me a little bit that happened. But I want to come back to him and see if I can get anything else out of him really quick before we move on. Phew. I wasn't expecting that. Especially not to interrupt his energy so strong. But they were saying to me if I didn't take her then I would lose her because she could only hold her energy so long for me to be able to help her cross. And then if I wouldn't have took her when I did, I would have lost her energy. Yeah, so he gave up some of his energy for her, which is wonderful. See the number one person on your mind, honey? Okay, because he keeps saying to me, I'm her number one, that's how I know. Do you understand it? Fantastic. Okay, good, so now he's stepping back in. Do you understand why he just said to me I didn't get to have the years with her that I wish I could have? And I really feel like something makes me feel like the connection was very special, and then all I keep getting is it could have grown into so much more. Do you understand it?
Yes.
Good. Because he makes me feel not only were you close, but that you were starting to get even closer, and then he was taken. Were you planning on having him the rest of your life? Because he keeps saying to me, she was hoping I would be there every day. Do you understand? Good. He's saying to me he wasn't afraid to go. He said I didn't expect it, but I wasn't afraid. She needs to know how much I cared about her. she needs to know how much I love her. I didn't say it in all the ways that I could have, and I wish I could have said it more. Do you understand it? Fantastic. You pray for him. He said, tell her I know that she prays for me, and tell her how much I appreciate it. Because there's times I'm standing beside her as she's praying for me. Good. Do you understand that? He's saying to me that he's trying to make his presence very known in that house. Do you understand it? He said, I spent a lot of days there. Good. Perfect. I'm going to ask him to start talking to me about signs or further connections or anything else he wants to give me. You felt his presence there? Okay, because all he keeps saying to me is, she's felt me, but she hasn't felt me every time I'm there. Do you understand it? Good. That's how I know he's visiting you more than you even realize. Can I ask you a question? Have you felt him mostly in the bedroom? Because he just made me feel like I'm walking into your bedroom and I feel like I'm walking right over to the bed, and he keeps saying to me, that's usually where I plant myself. I've never had anyone say that before. I'm just repeating his words. And they'll just show me like a bed with like a white cover. It's just my symbolism. Do you understand it? And I can see the white cover on the bed, and he keeps saying to me, that's where I plant myself. Shift. Yeah. That's where he spends most of his time with you. It could be both, but he's saying to me this is where he spends most of his time with you. Okay? Tell her it's me. It's not me always, but it's me most of the time. Okay, so if the cat's doing it too, then that's fantastic. Are you feeling the little jump with the cat? Yeah, it's different. It's different. But for whatever reason, he has me going right into your bedroom, right up to the bed, and he keeps saying to me, this is where I watch over her the most. And I feel like this is where you do most of your prayers as well. Do you understand it? That's why he kept doing this, and he kept making me feel like he's seeing all those prayers that you're actually praying for him. Good, fantastic. What's with the shared bed? Hold on a minute, I'm listening. Okay, he's talking about the cat. I'm like, honey, what are you trying to tell me? I sit in the room and watch her, but I don't share the bed with her like the cat does. Okay, that's it. That's what it is. Because I'm like, what are you talking about? That was so funny. When he came through last time, did he just validate about passing of the chest and give a really short message? Mm-hmm. Okay, because he's saying to me, I had a chance to say so much more this time than I did last time. The only thing I could validate last time was that I passed with the chest, and all I got to say was a few short words to her, and then that was it. Do you understand? So it's his way of trying to add to all the other stuff he didn't say before. Now, sometimes they're very clear. They'll step in and they'll be like, this is my name, this is how I passed, here's a specific date. And it's all about them and giving validation for them. He makes me feel like it's all about you today. It just means that he's trying to give you comfort as far as losing him and trying to let you know that he's watching over you. But he keeps making me feel like it's all about you. And that's part of why I was seeing that white pedestal earlier. And it just means he's doing all the talking and it's going to you. Do you understand it? Huh? But he makes me feel like he always treated you that way. Do you understand it? Okay. Because he keeps saying to me, she was my girl. Perfect. Good. And he makes me feel like he wants to hug you, so that's how I know you're extremely close. Good. There's a gentleman standing just behind him, and I'm getting a super, really strong cigar smell. Extremely strong.
Okay.
Do you understand it? All right, I'm just going to leave him for a minute, but he's just stepping in for the supportive energy just behind him, okay? Fantastic. I'm asking him what else he wants to say. He just said to me he hasn't been gone from you very long. Do you understand it? How long has he been gone? Because he just said it's been past 10. That's how I know. Okay, this is what I'm going to explain to you. On the other side, timing is different. If they say 3 or less to me, it's recent. If they say 10 or over, it just means they've been going for a while. 30 and over is longevity. He wasn't putting me in the longevity category, which means in his time frame, he's saying to me, he passed very young. He didn't have a chance to live out his life fully. Do you understand? He went really quick with a heart attack, but in his time frame, he feels like he has not been away from you very long. I feel like sometimes you feel like it's been forever, and then other times you feel like it was yesterday. Do you understand it? Perfect. But he has to make me feel, because he's still under that 30 mark as far as longevity, as far as how they communicate with me, that it has not been very long with him in spirit. It's just because the timing on the other side is different. It's just his perception as to what plane he's on now compared to where you are, because here you feel like it's been forever. Okay. Did you know about the cardio complications before the heart attack?
Not really.
Because he keeps saying to me, I should have taken better care of myself and I didn't.
Oh, true.
And then they're saying to me there was some kind of blockage that wasn't caught, and then it went into the full-blown massive heart attack. Do you understand it? Okay. But I'm being told this is what he passed from as far as the heart attack. That's what they actually said he passed from. But he's saying to me that when he was on the other side, he realized he should have been checked out a long time ago. Because he keeps saying to me, I didn't get my health checked out. It caught me off guard. It caught my family off guard. And then I was gone. He's saying to me, I didn't even know what happened in the moment. I just knew when it happened I wasn't afraid. They keep saying to me there was a blockage. There was a clot that traveled, and then it went like this. It's their way of making me feel what happened that led into the heart attack, because it was a question that was never answered for you. Do you understand it? Good, because all you guys knew was massive heart attack and he's gone. Good. So it's his way of keep saying to me, maybe if I would have gotten my health checked, but he still makes me feel it still would have been the same situation because of the way that the clot started to travel. And I feel like it's instant. He's saying to me that when this happened, he only felt it for a second and he was gone like that. That's how I know that there was some type of protective measure that actually took place. Even though he got to feel the first part of it, he didn't have to feel it to the extreme that he should have. Do you understand? Good. He's, this is what I'm going to say to you. He shows me what he looks like before he passed. But then he just showed me him at 30 years old. Just means he's taking the younger state on the other side, and he's actually choosing the age of 30 on the other side. I know. He kept saying to me, this is what I'm choosing, but who wouldn't do that? Do you understand? It's just his way of saying that he chooses the age of 30 on the other side. So I got a glimpse of what he looked like just before he passed, and then I can see him standing as a younger, distinguished gentleman. And he keeps saying to me, it was a long time ago that I was that young, so it's nice to be that young again while I'm here. Do you understand it? Good. So he's actually showing me himself as far as how he chooses to actually appear on the other side, which is that age of 30. And most people will actually choose the age of 30 on the other side because it's when you're at your physical best. Wonderful. He's, I'm starting to feel his personality. He's very loving and he's very set in his ways, but he has a little bit of stubbornness to him. Do you understand it? Perfect, good. Because now I'm starting to feel his personality as he starts to step in. I'm starting to get a little bit more of a fuller connection, and it's just because I'm going to lose him. Now, I know there's so much more that I kind of lost with everything that he could have said to me in that 5 minutes that I crossed her, because that's when I would have got even further validation. So he's trying to give me anything he can before he goes. He's doing a pretty good job, because not only does he want to make me feel how he was as a person, his connection to you, but it's all about you today, and that's perfectly just fine. This gentleman that I'm seeing just behind him, that I smell all this cigar smoke, is stepping in just beside him. and I can smell him clear as day, and I'm starting to see him. He's been gone for quite some time as well. Is he saying to me, I've been here a long time too. Do you understand? Fantastic. Good. And he's saying to me he was passed before him and he was there to greet him. Do you understand? So it's just his way of stepping forward and letting me know that he was there to greet as well. Do you understand? Fantastic. Good. And he's saying to me that his mom was passed before him, and he's saying to me she was there as well. So he just told me the people that met him on the other side when he went. Do you understand it?
The cigar smoking one was met by his mother?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Good. It's just their way of validating, okay?
Yeah.
Perfect. That's the Catherine. Perfect. Remember how when they first stepped in, she was the first one that I felt, and I said, okay, this is an older generation, but she's giving me her name first, and then everyone's going to kind of fall into line. That's what happened. Even though I feel her presence, he's trying to validate that she was there and she was passed before him. Do you understand? And most people actually called her Catherine, or a shorter version of.
Yeah.
Perfect. I just want to call her Catherine. They'll always give me their proper name, and then she makes me feel like I'm allowed to call her Catherine. Every once in a while, I might get a man, let's say William, even though you haven't traced him yet. If somebody called him Will or Bill, and he's comfortable with me calling him the name that his family or his friends called him, then I'll be able to call him the shorter version. I still want to refer to her as Catherine. But it's his way of validating that she was there to meet him. Do you understand? Fantastic. Good. I'm going to see if I can get anything else out of him before he goes. All he keeps saying to me is, there's much more that I wanted to do while I was there, but let her know I've had a chance to do it all here. Tell her I just want her to live day to day and try to enjoy anything that she has and anything that she can. Do you understand him? Good. Were you hoping just to get a little more validation from him and know that he's at peace and that he's safe? Good. He keeps saying to me, she's with me. Do you understand it? Just means he's the one stepping in today, and he's the only one that I'm going to have a chance to talk to. But I keep hearing him say, she sends her love, she's with me. She sends her love, she's with me. Do you understand it? And who's the mother energy? Because he keeps saying, tell her her mom said hello and she loves her. Do you understand it? Good. Okay, listen, I might have a chance to get her for just a minute or two because they're starting to actually break their energy and pull out. But I'm being told she's the second one for you. Do you understand? Good. Even though I was feeling all the older generation stepping in and they're starting to validate themselves, I feel like I'm having a huge whole family reunion. And I want to keep listing people because people are starting to step in and out even as I'm starting to talk. I'm asking him if there's anything else. All he keeps saying to me is, she needs to know that we're both happy and that we're together and that we both love her. We hope we have another chance to talk to her. Tell her to come talk to us again because her mom has a lot to say. Do you understand it? It just means that I ended up getting him today, and that's completely fine. But they make me feel like there's the tie of marriage before the first person passes. Do you understand it? Because they're showing me the gold wedding rings. That's how I know that there's still the tie of marriage. Do you understand it? Good, perfect. Right, I'm seeing the peaceful wings in front of his chest as he starts to pull his energy out. He's, honey, this is what I'm going to say to you. I did not even touch the surface with him. I feel like we could have chatted it up and he could have went one and a one and a one and a one and a one. But I feel like he just wants to tell me all these old stories, and that's how he was. Do you understand it? Would he sit around and talk about all his old stories all the time? Yeah. I feel like I want to park my chair and I want to sit right beside him and he's in his recliner and I'm just going to listen to all his old stories. That's how he's making me feel about his personality. And he says to me, little lady, you have no idea what I could say to you and there's so much stuff I didn't have a chance to say. That's what he just said to me. Perfect. He's stepping out. All he keeps saying to me is that he was the main person to step in and talk to you and that you need to know your mom's with him and that they both love you and that they send love. I'm being told that her sign for you is cardinals.
Yes. Can I tweet it?
Huh? Okay.
When I see them, I think there's mom.
Because I can feel her presence shifting And I just got a huge red cardinal in front of me, and your dad keeps saying to me, her mom sends love, she's hoping she has another chance to talk to her. Let her know to watch for the cardinals, and let her know that that's when she's with her in spirit and that she loves her. But you knew it was her, you felt it was a sign from her.